Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Let's play a A20 heart run as one of these four fine characters here. I feel like I haven't played Spire in a few days, and I'm excited to play more of it, which I feel like is a good indication that I'm ready to focus. I'm ready to knuckle down deep in some characters and try to actually make some good, solid, thin decks here. Who are we gonna play as? Well, I've got a dice in front of me. I rolled a 1. We'll play as the Ironclad. You know what I love about the Ironclad? Free healing, strength, corruption, exhaust builds, a lot of fun stuff you can do as the Ironclad. Let's embark. Greetings! Choose. I think our last Ironclad run did win, by the way, but I can't quite remember. So obtain a curse for a random rare relic is amazing, and there is a very good early shop with a 3 elite path, which makes me feel like this is a good line. We can purge the curse here, and then in theory maybe get something else out of one other question mark. But we kind of want to do 3 combats into the elites and maybe add a couple of good cards. Now alternatively, we could go this path and fight 3 elites, but I really like the fact that there's 2 rest opportunities here to upgrade a couple of cards and then maybe add a 3rd card before the last elite. So I like this path, that's what we're gonna take. Give me a curse, it's injury. I mean, oh my god, Gambling Chip is like a 10 out of 10 rare relic, fantastic. And the injury is not even that bad. Now I'm thinking maybe we'll leave it in the deck, but I still like this path anyways, so let's do it. But, ooh, hold on. What's in our draw pile? Lots of attacks. So I'm not gonna shuffle this. But the injury is a very easy to handle curse. I mean, if we get Duvoudal, we'll probably enjoy having the extra strength from it, but we don't have Duvoudal yet. We'd have to find Duvoudal. We're guaranteed to kill you next turn, I think. I'll take 1 more damage, which means we're gonna heal for 4, which is no problem. And if we add some draw into the deck, then maybe even that injury is not that big of a problem. And if we ever draw it on turn 1, we can Gambling Chip it. It makes curses like Writhe very easy to work around because you can just discard them on turn 1. Cleave, Pummel, and Shrug. I'm gonna take, I think, a Cleave, and this is primarily just to help deal with the first floor slimes and whatnot. Who's our boss? For Hexaghost, I don't really like a Cleave, but I do think to handle the sentries, the slimes, and whatnot, it's an okay card. Well, we don't have to use Gambling Chip if we don't want to. If we like what we have in hand, we can just play it. Bwah, 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 bwah. I can't quite kill you. I don't want to take 17 damage though, so I think I'm actually just gonna pop a potion. The best I could have done is block 5 of it. I'd rather not do that. Now I kind of do like a Thunderclap as well. Thunderclap into a Cleave is okay damage, but really I think this is mostly just for I think it's mostly just for a little bit of AoE damage, and also cheap vulnerability is kind of nice. I mean, 499. Instead of a Bash Strike doing a maximum of 17 damage in a turn, a Thunderclap Strike is now 22 damage, so it increases 1 turn damage by 5, which is okay. I would love to get Vyra, can't afford it. Flex, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's actually kind of garbage. I think I might just take a Wild Strike though. It does add a wound to the draw pile, but to be honest with you, it's pretty good damage early. We could also just purge the curse. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm still gonna buy the Wild Strike. I would love now at this point to get something that purges wounds from the deck. I mean, this is actually not bad at all. Maybe I could get like a, I mean, it doesn't even have to purge. Like an Evolve would be fantastic if we could get one. evolve the medical kit of course, but that's a rare relic, I think. Anything that synergizes off of wounds would not be bad. And I'm gonna take another Wild Strike. I think at this point I'm just gonna double down on them. Because we need damage, and Wild Strikes do allow you to get good damage done. So I kinda just want one block. We got it. So Thunderclap, Cleave is pretty good damage. We'll take one. 2 strikes will kill each one of these on the next turn, or 1 Wild Strike itself. Good. Medkit. Medkit is a shop relic. That would explain why I feel like I never find the medkit. I think we need to go a little bit deeper into the deck. I didn't really get what I wanted, but at least we can do an extra 4 damage. And I think I'm gonna pop Liquid Bronze too, just so that they hurt themselves. Dun, 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 dun. So I can do 24 damage, and that's all I can do on this turn. Wild Strike, Thunderclap coming up. All right, you know what? You know what, we should have hit the one in the middle. If we had another Wild Strike coming up, that means we could kill him, in theory. Oh, I can kill you. Well, I'm gonna kill you instead of taking 10 damage. We have lots of wounds in the draw pile, but I mean, considering the amount of dazes, a few extra wounds doesn't really matter that much, does it? So we're taking some damage, but to be honest, this is not that bad for an elite fight, especially an elite fight that we're not really that well suited for. Ornamental Fan, I think, is kind of useless. You know, Sever Soul does get rid of wounds. You still draw the wounds. I'd much prefer to just have like a evolve. But Sever Soul with wound generation, you know, if we can get a couple of Feel No Pains, that's okay block. I also do like seeing red for more energy, but give me the Sever Soul. We might be able to build something with this. So let's upgrade. 17 damage Wild Strikes. I mean, we're gonna play them, so I kind of feel like they should be upgraded, even over the bash, because we have a couple of different ways to apply vulnerability now, and I just need the physical damage, especially if we fight a Lagavulin. We're gonna want it. So I'm gonna look for another Wild Strike and a Thunderclap. We got 2 Wild Strikes. You know what? I think this is okay. Although they're gonna add wounds to the draw pile, but they're gonna add wounds to the draw pile at some point anyways, right? Do we really just wait to draw bash and then next turn play a Wild Strike when it shuffles around? I think you play it now and you accept that you're gonna take damage. I mean, I'd rather not. If we play both of these, we're only gonna draw 1 defend over the next 2 turns. But we don't have any good defense cards except for Flame Barrier, but I'd still rather play it. You know what? We're just gonna pop. Oh, you know what? I get 4 block if I play 3 attacks. There you go. So next turn we'll have the Flex Potion. And I am gonna play it. Just to make sure that we kill Lagavulin. We're taking damage, but we have not built this deck to be very blocky. Molten Egg is fantastic, and it means that I will probably be adding in more high value cards to replace the cards that are not upgraded. I gotta admit, Iron Wave is not bad. We need better blocks in the deck, so I'll take it. Self-Forming Clay it can be amazing depending on the deck. There's another elite coming up, but if we have a good deck going through the next few combats, we might be able to kill the enemies and heal before the elite, which I'm gonna try to go for. So I'm gonna upgrade like a block. Very good for the birds in the next floor as well. We're gonna try to make something happen here. Oh, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, 4 This'll do 25 damage. This'll do 18. If I had upgraded the Wild Strike, we could have killed you on this turn. But you know what? We can still do a pretty good job like this. We are frail, unfortunately, but that's fine. That Iron Wave is doing a pretty good job. You know what I like about Iron Wave? It works with Ornamental Fan, Shuriken, and Kunai, and it's very easy to enable. Makes it not a horrible card. So we did take a little bit of damage. I really want to get through this combat taking virtually no damage. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna take another 6. So we actually did lose HP on this combat as opposed to heal. It's fine. Thunderclap. Clash Anger. I mean, admittedly, Anger is kind of tempting with Ornamental Fan, but it's not good enough. Thunderclap, we already have one. I don't think another one that's really helping us that much in the deck, so I think this is a skip, unfortunately. I really want to fight the next elite, though. I really do. This is a pretty bad turn, but I'm gonna save my energy and save myself for maybe a turn like this. And get 11 block. I'm not weak, so I am just gonna attack. They're gonna be at 25 HP, but we have high damage attacks in the deck. So, you know, we can get around 2 slimes with 20 HP. I need an evolve in this deck, like desperately. Shockwave I think is good enough, especially against Hexaghost. The long-term vulnerability I think is pretty decent. You're doing 8 damage. 1 Iron Wave takes us there, and in fact an Iron Wave Strike takes us there, but I want to see if I can get Shockwave. Snecko deck. I would take Snecko, honestly, just to draw through the wounds, but we do have 4 2-cost cards, which is okay. So it's 5 block or 4 block. You're gonna die next turn, even with our weakness, I think. And we have Flame Barrier, so I'm just gonna block max. Because next turn you're not gonna hit us through the Flame Barrier and we can always just stall. We don't have to. So 31 HP. True Grit I love the idea of. We kind of need to upgrade it, hopefully we'll have time. And Sentries I'm not a very big fan of. But let's see what we can draw. This is not really what I was looking for. I think I'm gonna save my energy potion for maybe the next turn. So they'll be vulnerable. I think it's worth using here. We get a little bit of block out of it, we kill an enemy, they're all vulnerable for a while. Yeah, that seemed like the appropriate time to do that. And there's only 1 enemy left now. So we are definitely going to... Dude, Iron Wave is a good card. We're definitely gonna upgrade a card now. Okay, I fully believe in an innate immolate in our hand on turn 1 of every combat. That seems fantastic. Now, if we can only get 4 energy and an innate shockwave, everything will be wonderful. I do think we want to upgrade the True Grit. So we've got a pretty good deck. It's relatively upgraded. Things seem to be going pretty well. I actually think that you probably shockwave. And I also think you probably just get rid of the bash. I want the boss to be weak for the next turn. And we're just gonna go to town. Barricade would be kind of nice in these situations, but strength gain would fit well in this deck, but I think the big one that we're looking for is evolve, and then maybe like straight up just some sort of exhaust synergies with these wounds would be fantastic. There's one card in particular that I would really like to get. It's I forget what it is, but it's a skill that gives you block for every card exhausted. That would be like perfect. Like exhaust these, you know, wounds out of my deck and give me block for each one exhausted, no problems. Now, it looks like, unfortunately, we're not going to kill Hexaghost by the time they roll over again, which is very disappointing, and we very well could die. I don't want to lose this run, but we don't exactly scale in damage as much as we would like. So you're doing 36 damage, I have 30 HP, we're dead. I don't know how we could have handled this any differently to fight Hexaghost. I really don't. I'm extremely disappointed in that. But like, how would you kill Hexaghost before they do 36 damage on their, you know, 7th turn? We just need, we need strength. No strength showed up at all. We don't do that much damage, which is surprising considering the cards that we had. We had a lot of damage cards. I guess I wasn't playing them. I mean, I didn't play Immolate, but I made you vulnerable and weak on turn 1. That's one of the fights in the game where I'm just annoyed. Because I feel like I should have recognized that we needed more offense to beat Hexaghost or block. But I feel like we didn't really get any particular synergies that worked very well there. I mean, there's definitely a win in there somewhere. There's wins on all of these runs that I lose on, but I'm disappointed. We needed a lot more damage, but we didn't get any. Maybe like an upgrade on a bash or something, and then not well, we didn't. Did we exhaust it? Yeah, but maybe like more vulnerability would have helped. I don't know. I'm thinking like, okay, a disarm would have been great. A clothesline maybe for the weakness. We didn't get not a second one. I mean, second one is a good card. But it's the one I wanted, but yeah, I don't know. We still had like 100 HP to go on a Hexaghost fight. I feel like on a fight like that, I feel like on a fight like Hexaghost, I kind of don't know how to build to fight the Hexaghost while also fighting to build everything else, because this is a fight that if it goes longer than 7 turns, you might die regardless of what happens, because you might just not get the blocks you need to survive 36 damage. So you have to get enough damage or get enough proper cards in your deck to fight the Hexaghost. But let's try to focus down on that path. But that's such a good run with the Immolates and everything. Didn't get an opportunity to even play Immolate, which is unfortunate. But okay, I see a 4 elite path, possible 3 elite path. Let's take it. Let's get a rare card. I'm gonna take a bludgeon. Now, bludgeon is good damage. Upgraded, it's 42, and with vulnerability, that's like 62 damage or 63 damage or something like that. That's pretty decent. So if we can, oh, I really missed that gambling chip. If we can vulnerable Hexaghost and then hit with a bludgeon twice, that is half of Hexaghost's HP taken care of. Wow, that really only half? Yeah. How the hell are we gonna kill Hexaghost? I don't know, man, I don't know. So you know, I'm gonna take armaments, because it's scaling. It allows us to upgrade other cards. Dude, I'm gonna do it. I hate it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna look for a heal. I'm extremely disappointed in these question marks that have given me essentially nothing. I think we're about to start up another run here because these question marks have given me garbage. And I mean, I'm the one who's going for the attempt at question marks, but I was hoping for something. Regen potion is a lot better. Anger, Flex, Wild Strike. Is Wild Strike untakeable in Ascension? Is that what I should take away from this? I feel like Wild Strike might be untakeable because of the fact that it shuffles a wound, which costs you card draw in the future. So maybe we'll take an Anger. We don't have to play it if it shows up, but free attacks is kind of nice. Okay, so we're gonna pop both potions. 6 Metallicize on this fight is beautiful, by the way. You shouldn't take it unless you have enablers for it. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't think that taking Wild Strike caused us to lose, but, well, you know, I'm probably not going to kill you next turn, but I can probably kill you before you attack again. But I would have thought it would have been a little bit better. Alright, so we're taking no damage. All we need is 1 block to take no damage. We're only taking 4 per turn that we don't have any blocks. This is a very good use of a couple of potions, I think. It recovers us from some pretty bad question marks that we had, let's be honest. And filling my deck with Angers is not that bad when there's only Dazes, as far as the eye can see anyways. So we'll enter the next fight with 45 HP. I think I will go for the next elite fight. If we can upgrade Bludgeon and then draw it against basically any of the enemies that we go up against, that should be good enough. We could also purge strikes eventually. I mean, we could, dude, what about like purge, 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 purge? Nah. What if we purge a strike, a strike, a strike, and like a strike, and we only have bludgeons and angers in the deck? I mean, to be able to just bash bludgeon over and over again against Hexaghost might be enough to get the job done. I do kind of want to upgrade the card, but we have armaments to upgrade anything that we want in our hand, although we can't play it and bludgeon at the same turn. You know, I actually feel like I'm just gonna purge strikes. And this is a little unusual for me to just be working on purging over and over again, but I kind of like it. So I mean, that is 64 damage. I do feel like it's better to upgrade it first though. Yeah, we should upgrade Bash at some point. For sure. We need to upgrade Bash too, but armaments can upgrade Bash if we ever draw them in the same turn. So I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna block, because if we draw bludgeon, I can potion kill you. 63 damage plus 9. It's close, but I still think it's worth doing just to make sure that you die. We get Meal Ticket and Blessing of the Forge. Hey, there's the Evolve! You son of a gun. You bastard. It's still a pretty good card, even against Hexaghost, but I mean, I kind of like it as just a defensive card. You take it, and depending on particular types of enemies that you fight, you can ignore their whole mechanic. But a second wind and a strike, I mean, Evolve second wind is pretty good if you can add wounds. I do really like Evolve. I think we can take a few powers. Mango's really nice. We have 50 HP all of a sudden. Evolve on Hexagos is very bad. I understand. However, doesn't it always feel like when you don't take it, you wish you had it? You know, Evolve on the second floor, there's so many enemies that add dazes to your deck. Hell, I had a run recently. I was playing the Watcher. I made it all the way to the Time Eater. I drew, I think, 7 cards. 5 of them were slimes. If I had an Evolve, I could have drawn through some of those slimes. There's enemies, even in the late game, that add garbage to your deck. Evolve helps you out more than you think. Hell, if we draw it on turn 1 of the Act 4 elites, it gets us past those burns, which I think is even... I think that's a reason to take the card for that one fight in particular. We gotta take cards that handle specific combats. And against specific combats like that, we need a card like this. I think it's okay to take it. But I think I am actually gonna just like toke out another strike. I think if we can keep the deck really thin with a bludgeon and a bash, we'll be very happy about things. So it's another sentry fight. We don't have a, I mean, I think we're just gonna do this. It's so tempting to play this. I think you gotta play this on this fight, right? We should not have played the potion. But, like, I could kill one of you, but if I play the Evolve, then we can get to bludgeon way faster. Dude, we gotta play it. We should not have played the potion. What does the ticket do? Sorry, I'm a mouth-breathing noob. The Eternal Cat, welcome to the stream. This just heals us when we enter a shop. It's not an amazing trinket, but it helps. So we're, instead of playing the bludgeon on turn 1 to get a kill, we're playing this a little bit more slowly, but we're looking for turns like this where we can actually, you know, upgrade our cards. So 8, 8, 16, we can take no damage, which is slow, but if we upgrade all of our cards, then eventually we'll just get to bludgeon on a turn when we're not getting attacked, or when this guy is the only one attacking us. Okay, well, or we could take 10. All right, I guess we're gonna do nothing on this turn. You're dead when we draw bludgeon. On a turn when we don't draw any dazes, it is kind of bad though. So we're about to shuffle. How many dazes do we have? We have enough, but I'm happy. We actually like the dazes now that we played Evolve. Okay, so that didn't go too terribly. Thunderclap, Clash, Searing Blow. I don't think we want these. I kind of do want to rest to fight the next elite, honestly. But you gotta admit, there's something to this deck with just removing the strikes over and over again, isn't there? One cultist. By the way, Kaka. How come he doesn't Kaka anymore? Oh, because we're in fast mode! Yo, I was so, like, curious as to why I never heard this guy Kaka anymore. It's because we're in fast mode, so he doesn't do the animation. I had no idea. Cleave, Warcry, Body Slam. These are not what we're looking for. I'm gonna fight the next elite. It's probably gonna be Gremlin Knob, but with Bash and Bludgeon in our deck. Oh, it's Lagavulin! It's even better! I think. We don't need to play Evolve, we can play a Bludgeon here. Now, we can't play 2 of them, but, you know, it's gonna come back around. We have armaments. Okay, it's not gonna come back around quickly. So I think we just block. Fill our deck with Angers. I think we like that. And again, I think I'm just gonna slow play a little bit. The bash would have done a lot of damage, but once we draw bludgeon with the angers in our deck, I think you're dead. Should have played the evolve just to get rid of it, but not really that important, is it? Incense burner is fantastic. Okay, we got something. Dude, what about an infinite dropkick build? Do you think we can make it happen? We are about to fight Hexaghost, so Incense Burner cannot be changed. Strange Med, welcome. How's it going? Because I'm like, our deck is really thin. If we have 2 dropkicks and bash, we pretty much can go infinite off of the dropkick. We'd have to purge. I mean, we would like to purge anger, strike, strike. How do you know it's gonna be Hexaghost? Because that's Hexaghost right there on the map. Shows you the boss. I'm thinking, 2, 3, okay, we have 5, 10, we have 12 cards in the deck right now. If our deck was bash, bludgeon, evolve, and armaments, not that many campfires to go to. Dude, like, I feel like we might be able to hit some sort of infinity off of the dropkick, but we would need 2 dropkicks, and then, well, we need to get down to like a 5-card deck so that we can only draw the dropkicks. What am I gonna upgrade next? Probably bash. Probably armaments? Probably an armaments. I feel like anger needs to be removed. It's not really a... If we're trying to get thin deck, this thickens it up a little bit too much, but we'll keep it for the Hexaghost fight, of course. I think that we want to like maybe get rid of a defend. Am I really okay adding in another attack then? I think we are. If we upgrade it, it's free damage on Hexaghost and we need more damage. I don't love adding it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And I am gonna just purge a defend. I should probably upgrade cards, but like, it feels like what we have is working. If a card is exhausted, when you draw a status or curse, do damage to all enemies. Screw you, buddy. We also have blue candle, which is interesting. So bash, dropkick. We actually want evolve on this fight, weirdly enough, because the faster we draw those burns, the more damage we do. Am I gonna hit you for 48? Go down to essentially no HP? Haha! Yeah. Okay, so this is... We haven't been burned yet? Oh no, we got 2 burns coming up. We're gonna block. We're intangible on this turn, fantastic. Let's upgrade the defend, smack, smack, smack. Now our deck is mostly angers, which might not be appropriate, but if we draw through the burns and get into angers, you know, it's not that bad. All right, we are dead. All right, let's start up another one. I went very risky on this fight, and I thought the bludgeon was gonna be worth it, but again, like, if we just don't fight Hexaghost, we're fine. I don't know how to fight Hexaghost. How do you... As I'm playing more Spire, I'm realizing that there are fights that are just walls. Like, you have to have enough damage somehow in your deck to fight Hexaghost. You have to have the ability to kill like a Time Eater on your run. And the more I think about these fights, the more I think I overthink them. I fought Hexaghost plenty of times in the past and have had no problem. How did I ever win against Hexaghost? I don't remember. Honestly, I just don't remember. It's been a long time. It hasn't been that long, but... Okay, I'm gonna go for the gold. We'll try to hit up a shop and see what we get out of it. I will put a block. It's not good. But we've got you killed anyways. That was an interesting run that I really wish could have made it to the second act, but I also wish that the previous run would have made it to the second act, because it was a lot of fun having that innate immolate that was pre-upgraded thanks to the egg that we did nothing with. Three strikes won't kill you next turn, but if we strike, defend, it still doesn't kill you next turn. So we're gonna take a little bit more damage. We'll be 2 HP down. That's fine. Body Slam, Infernal Blade, Sword, Boomerang. I mean, the thing is, like, is it just strength? Is that how you win as the Ironclad? You just add strength to your deck? I'm gonna go. Bag of Prep's pretty good. Alright, you know what? Brimstone. Inflame. Purge a Strike. I mean, I know that there's a flex. You know? I'm gonna take the flex. Here we go, we're going all in. I mean, how did I ever beat the Hexagos previously? I need more damage in the deck. How do we get more damage? All right, well, why don't we just gain 2 strength every turn? Oh, F you, guy. At least it's decay, so it's not that bad, but definitely not the card I was hoping for. Give me a upgrade on that Sword Boomerang, please. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty important card. Lagavulin. What a good fight to stall on, too. We'll take 2 damage, but we'll gain extra strength. Now just please draw a Bash and a Sword Boomerang. We didn't get one, but that's okay. We're gonna take 26 damage, and then you will die on this turn. Flex, Shockwave, Cleave. I feel like the weakness is actually pretty important. So that's why I'm taking the Shockwave. Nunchucks. You know, extra energy is always nice. I'm gonna take 2 from the Inflame. He's gonna hit us for like 10 damage. That's like not a very big deal. And you will certainly die next turn. So, I mean, this is kind of how, I think, this is one way that you can handle the game early, which is just adding in a ton of strength into your deck. And we have a ton of strength into our deck. The only way we know how. Which is just having 2 strength every turn for free. I'm gonna fight you and hope that I draw Whirlwind on turn 1. We didn't, but we did get a card that's good enough. Cultist Potion. Disarm! Dude, I will. Dude, I'll anger the mushrooms, what do I care? We'll kill them. Only one of them's attacking on turn 1 too, and we have a lot of strength on turn 1, so you know what? Become vulnerable, they're gonna have 2 strength, they're gonna do like, I don't know, 17 damage each. Oh, 19, easy. Get the odd mushroom. Don't think we need a bludgeon on this one. Kinda do wanna rest, but I think it's actually more important to upgrade the disarm. I feel like 20 HP isn't gonna matter too much on a fight like this. We kinda just need him to be weak for as long as possible because we're gonna do so much damage ourselves. Extra energy? I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, there's your caca. Caca! So he's at neutral strength right now. I think we just gotta race him and kill him next turn. We lived. We got a potion, an exhume, a fiend fire, and a berserk. Exhuming a disarm or a shockwave is actually pretty nice. And then no extra energy, replaces burning blood, heal for 12, or empty cage. I feel like we just want empty cage here. Purge these strikes out of the deck and try to get a little bit thinner so that we can get to these sword boomerangs faster. Hey, we made it past Act 1, and all we had to do was get like 12 strength on turn 2 of the fight. All we had to do was get brimstone. Now, there's a lot of elites on our way up. We're gonna hit up lots of question marks. I feel like Act 2, you wanna hit up question marks for the most part. You're really annoying. I can't kill you. I think I'll make you weak. I think I'll disarm you. And that's my turn. We're gonna take 14 damage. Now we do need healing. Oh god, yes, we need healing in this deck somehow. We also need very good blocks, and we need a lot of blocks. Good blocks too. We gotta find them is the problem. But once we get our strength up, we kill the enemies in like 2 cards. I feel like Second Wind could do it. Upgrade this, and then you get a lot of blocks out of it, but I'll admit that a pre-upgraded Warcry is pretty tempting. I'm gonna do big bet. You win the bet. Pardon? Shop, please? Well, I mean, I can afford this, so why don't I just get a relic? Magic flowers, healing, it's fantastic. Okay, so disarm doesn't actually work on you. So in this fight, we basically just need to hit you as hard as we can, which unfortunately is only that. Can I get enough attacks to kill you? 7 times 4? That's the draw pile. This is the discard pile. This is my deck. This is the exhaust pile. Okay, so if we Warcry, which we've already done, we can flex and inflame. 4 strength means that this is doing 7 damage 4 times. It'll do 44 damage, which is not enough to kill you, so we do need to defend. Although if we don't have the energy for the shockwave and inflame and sword boomerang. I think we just play the defend. I thought you said if we war crime. I've been trying to do that with the iron, or sword boomerang rather. Yeah, I think we just defend, inflame, flex, sword boomerang. Does this run want healing bad enough to take bites? No. This is a run where we need the max HP as a buffer. I would not take the bites. The bites would be better, but we would have to upgrade them. I've already removed, lots of strikes. Hell, I spent empty cage removing strikes. We can't afford to add 5 bites to the deck. We need sword boomerangs. If we're not killing you, and we're gonna play 3 cards, we don't need Exhume, we might as well just dump it. Let's put a Shockwave on the top in case we want it. But we're not killing this guy. We did get extra energy though, which I did not expect. So why don't we bring out a Warcry. I wish I had the energy for the defend, that's fine. So we're taking 8, but we're gonna heal for 9. Inflame. I do like Inflame for yet more strength gain faster. This deck likes apparitions. Apparitions might be tempting. I think they would need to be upgraded, though. If we thin out the... You only get 3 apparitions from the event for 50% health. It's not really worth it, but if we keep a thin deck, it could be. I don't think we need another Inflame. I don't think we need an Iron Wave, though. I think that's a skip. I can't give you 400 gold, so I will fight you. Oh, good. What a turn. What a garbage turn. Well, we're gonna bash. We don't have to. We have a potion which we can use. What are we gonna play on this turn? I think we're gonna take 14 damage, so just dump a defend. It's a weird deck. We're rushing a lot, but that's kind of what the point of this deck is. Go fast, forehead. So 15 damage to all enemies is already a kill. We need that whirlwind to show up faster. Power through, I think, is worth it as just a big body block. We add wounds, but I think we need the block potential. Force strength, admittedly, is really nice just to get kills faster, honestly. Although a good power through is also very tempting. But give me the flex. We're always gonna play it when it shows up. Normally I don't take flexes, which is kind of interesting. And we are going for elites. This is not the one that you wanted, but with disarm we can play it twice on the fight, which is actually pretty good. I don't think we need to play a potion for this. We're gonna take 1 damage. We're gonna bring back the disarm. We're gonna take 0 damage, and we're scaling faster than he is with these 2 disarms out there. This is the power of having good disarms, I think. I think we do need to make you weak. I'm gonna hopefully draw into that power through again. We didn't. We don't need bash. I think we drop maybe the whirlwind, play a block, take 10. It's a weird deck because we actually do like stalling, because when we stall we get stronger, but we don't like stalling for that long. Dreamcatcher is trash. Demon form we already have innate with Brimstone. A second demon form would be workable, but Sword Boomerang is clearly the winner here. So a free Exhume means that disarm can come out a little bit faster. Gurya is beautiful. And I'm gonna be honest with you, with Gurya, I kinda wanna skip the elites and just rest, not rest, but strength twice. I know that there's a couple of elites that we could go fight if we really wanted to, but I think that we don't want to. I did not expect to get energy back on that, but that's useful. I think we take I don't think we need another Sword Boomerang. I think we want to remove cards. Now you kind of suck a little bit, but get closer to Nunchuck. Fiendfire is good. I mean, it is, but it's not what I want. This is such a good turn. We don't want flex. We want to disarm, exhume, disarm. We're taking damage, but we just lowered your strength by 6. And we're gonna take even more damage, but I can't kill you with the 1 card. I don't know how I feel about this run right now. We're not quite there yet. Just gonna drink the fruit juice. We need to lift. We need that early strength, honestly. A limit break would go a long way in a deck like this, too, if we could find one. Next turn, what do we want? Next turn, you can give me the disarm. I don't think we play Shockwave. I think we play Sword Boomerang. Power through, disarm. We had 2 dazes, but we get stronger. You're dead. Let's get Nunchuck to 1. Shrug, Pommel, Headbutt. I actually feel like a block is fine. We are probably gonna lift again. We need to get this strength up as high as we can early. So that's a 67 damage opening turn. Not really as high as we want it to be. This is also going to kind of blow. We're gonna take a lot of damage. We're gonna take, well, a lot of damage. We're gonna go down to basically dead. You can give me the flex next turn. In fact, I don't even know if we're gonna live on this turn. We're all in at this point. We live and die based off of what we draw right here. That didn't go that poorly. We still have to do 100 damage while weak, but we do have 17 strength, and you're hitting for only 18. We're dead, by the way. God damn it. You're kidding me. You son of a gun. Ah. Well, we went all in on the Brimstone, but we didn't quite get there. Ah, damn it.